Hi, all. Welcome to Module 5.4 Sustainability Practices. My name is Jason, co-owner of Honey Soul Food. Let's just dive right into it. Honey Soul Food, when it comes to sustainability practice, I just want to give you a little bit of an overview. We take it very personal. We come from a traditional Caribbean household. You weren't allowed to waste food. When it comes to leftovers, that was there. That was your dinner the next day. That was your lunch the next day. So we know a thing or two when it comes to sustainability, and that's something that we bring to the restaurant, to our restaurant every single day. We have a commitment to the environment. We got to make sure that we're doing our part when it comes to waste, when it comes to the amount of stuff that we have in our restaurant, when it comes to greenhouses, how much gas we're using. If the store is not busy, do we turn off our heat? Do we turn off this? Do we turn off that? Now, that, of course, also goes to, trying to save some dollars every now and then. It is expensive, of course, but at the same time, if we could turn off our gas and we don't need it on, we're going to turn off our gas, because we don't need it on, right? And that also goes to the economy. That also goes to, that community impact. It goes to the sustainability of how, we're making a positive impact within the community that we serve. At the end of the day, we know that sustainability is crucial, not only for our company's success, but also for supporting the broader ecosystem and the communities we serve. A lot of the positive community contributions that we do is we make sure to give our excess food to those that are in need. So whether we're dropping it off at community centers, whether we make sure that our staff are going home with the extra food that's at the restaurant so they could feed themselves and their family. A lot of these goes into the sustainable practices where we want to make sure it just extends beyond our operations, as we are for the community. And what we do is to serve the community. So as we support these local resources, we want to make sure that Honey Soul Food is intentional when it comes to reducing our environmental footprint, which means that it comes, breaking down boxes, making sure that they're put in the respectful place that it needs to be, making sure that the garbage is not overflowing and that we're calling the companies to come get it. So that way, all of our garbage is not on the floor. We do positive cleanups around our restaurant where we're cleaning up the parking lot and we're going into the back to make sure that our restaurant looks presentable. And so a lot of these things are something that we teach our staff. And we like to tell them, if you see it, clean it. Don't wait for it to pile up. Don't wait for you to walk by it 5 times. And then you're like, okay, maybe I might pick it up. We have this thing that we do in our restaurant where if something's there, you see it, you need to clean it. And by implementing these practices, it makes it better for, one, our customers when they're coming in and they see a place that's well kept, but also it creates a cadence with our staff members. It tells them that they should always be vigilant, looking for things and making sure things are right. So that's definitely something that we want to make sure that we're teaching our staff. So again, something from a Caribbean household, we're always looking to teach somebody something, hence this. But that also ties us into our waste management and how we prioritize, our waste collection, as I mentioned, when it comes to calling the garbage folks to make sure that they come on time. We put our oil in an oil basket. I know that some people put oil down the drain or they put oil in different places. And what we do is we have a container that we put our oil in and we call someone to take care of it. And all of these things cost money. But we do these things to make sure that we prioritize the environment and we prioritize sustainability. This also factors into our made-to-order approach versus fast food. Now, don't get me wrong. For some reason, we were put into a category of fast food. But at the same time, even though we are fast food, we are really good fast food. And what that means is we tell all of our customers that, hey, everything is made to order. It may take 10 minutes, it may take 15, it may take 20. It all depends on the traffic. It all depends on the items that are being made. But we try to do things in a orderly fashion, but everything is fresh. And we like to do the made to order offerings because one, it reduces waste. Instead of having frozen things in the fridge, always keeping the power on in certain areas, everything that we buy is used within 2 to 3 days max. And that comes down to the meats that we have at our store, which means that that's not being there for long. We're not getting things that are sitting in the fridge or sitting in the freezer for months on end. You're getting things that are fresh. You're getting items that are good, and making everything made to order also fulfills our customers because they're tasting something with actually, great seasoning. They're tasting something that's made by hand. They're tasting something that is really good, and it shows with our customer base. Promoting this type of sustainability approach is also really great with the customers because they really get a chance to see what our chefs are doing in the background. As we have a open kitchen, you get to see exactly what's going on, where your food's coming from. We use gloves for everything at our restaurant. Doesn't matter what, put a glove on. Why? When you're front facing with customers, they need to see that you're not touching their food unnecessarily and then touching other things. So we want to make sure we use gloves, but not just any type of gloves. We use reusable, recyclable gloves. And this also helps to the waste management. This also helps to sustainability practices and are eco-friendly. Having such a system in place means that our suppliers need to be top-notch. We use brands that have great recognition. We use brands that understand our customer base. And being that we are a halal restaurant where all the meats and items of choice are halal options, we have to make sure that that's on the forefront. Lately, we actually been getting a lot more customers asking about where we get our meats from. And it's so important that we have that receipt on hand to be able to explain it to them. Because imagine if you don't. Imagine if you lied about that, how detrimental it could be for your business. So having suppliers that align with your business is everything. Because if you're getting the right meats from the right place, you're extending your customer base. Now, everybody could eat halal meat, but not everybody's going to eat meat that doesn't respect their culture. And so what we want to do is make sure that we adhere to these things so that we're expanding our customer base. And for us, yes, it is a little bit more expensive to order halal meats, but at the same time, if our customers are coming in and enjoying this, enjoying foods that represent their culture, their ethnicity, their religion, for us, it makes the world of differences. One of the great things about having a made-to-order business is it keeps us active. We're actively seeking suppliers that offer sustainable materials at a competitive price, right? We want to make sure that we're balancing the quality, but at the same time, it's cost effective. So I remember a time where we were using a certain container. Now, it was a good container. It was a styrofoam container at first, but the pricing was amazing, right? For a big box, it was like $10, $15. But at the same time, it was bad for the environment. Our customers were 50-50 about it, and it may work for us, but it may not work for our customer base. So we ended up switching. We went to a higher grade of material, a more eco-friendly recyclable grade. And that definitely helped with our customer base knowing where we're getting our products from. And that also allowed us to kind of raise the pricing a little bit without our customer base leaving just for the pricing and etc. And so that actually works out into your favor if you're able to understand how the customer works and how you could tie that back into sustainable measures. We try to reduce packaging as much as we can. We try to reduce waste as much as we can. We try to have eco-friendly practices that align with our business, align with our vision, and align with our mission. All of this ties into coming back into AI and how we take that data from our CRM tools, like our POS system. All of these things come back and help us make sustainability a big factor where we're able to make informed decisions. We're able to continuously improve our impact as well as reflect on past decisions. We get to reflect on practices in the past and we get to create new practices for the future. it is in our best interest to make sure that we have sustainability at our highest degree, as it also reflects who we are. And in turn, it reflects who our customer base are. And if we can make the environment a better place, we're going to continue to do so. At the end of the day, our goal is to end generational poverty. But we've updated that along the way. Our goal is to end generational poverty one cornbread at a time. And that's the end of module 5.4. Thanks for hanging with me.